and welcome in. Welcome to a special presentation of Retro Adventure Wednesday because I am streaming this live on a Tuesday night. I've flip-flopped with our pals over at Adventure Tuesday this week. That's right. Ben, Sarah, and Grayson will be back tomorrow night with an Adventure Tuesday on a Wednesday, but for now, I'm here with a Retro Adventure Wednesday on a Tuesday with Space Quest 6, the Spinal Frontier. We're picking back up with that one, and I couldn't be happier to see all of you. Welcome in. It's me, your old pal, Decap Jedi, and I am excited to play a little Space Quest 6. What I realized in part one of streaming Space Quest 6 is I don't remember anything about Space Quest 6. Like I said, I think the last time I played this thing straight through was probably 1995. I was speed running my way through the game so I could write a walkthrough of it so I could launch my Space Quest fan site, Roger Wilco's Virtual Broom Closet. And I don't know if I slowed down to really appreciate it. But I don't know if I've played the whole game since then. And now I'm realizing, boy, I don't remember the solutions to anything. But good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Tom, good to see you. It's already Wednesday there. Your Tuesday in with martial law. Sometimes it's like that. Hope everything's going well over there. Good to see you, Kevin, Ben. Great to see you. There's Grayson. That's right. I mean, yeah, if Adventure Tuesday wants to go, we can go head to head. I'm fine with that. You know, I won't tell you guys what to do. Dr. Mario, good to see you. Yakabine, hey, enjoy beans. I said enjoy beans, didn't I? Oops. Enjoy bees.
Beans.
It's good to see you, Expert Casual. Hi, everybody. Cregan. Let's just jump right in and get to work. We had just beamed back up to the DeepShip 86 after running afoul of some goons on Polysorbate 60 while someone plots secretly and nefariously against Roger Wilco. I do like this opening. I think that's a good Sierra logo. Nice Sierra logo. Less exciting title screen coming up. Okay, back on the ship. That's exactly where we left off. Like I said, I think I mentioned this last time. I've warmed a little bit to the game's art style in the years since it was released.
Stellar is getting treatment for her back injury. You should be ashamed of yourself for jumping on her like that, you baby.
Gary Owens, wonderful as always.
Jabba is an interesting-looking fellow. That is, if you think a melted purple marshmallow with an internal skeleton is interesting.
I do.
He's the main research attendant here in the sickbay. Apparently, the doctor is way busy as he completely ignores you.
You know, if this were a Jim Walls Space Quest, it would just say, it's a doctor, when you looked at that.
This is a DNA sequencer. During a starship's travels, many different organisms and artifacts are discovered, and a DNA sequencer can come in quite handy in analyzing them. But mostly it just gets used to make sure the food replicators are working properly, and not brewing up anything that might hatch and grow inside you, for instance.
Yeah, Ben, I would agree. It sounds like Gary Owens actually got some direction. Like last time around, you get the feeling he's just stuck in a booth, handed a script and said, read these words. This time around, it does feel like he has a little bit more in the way of direction going on and turns in a better performance as a result. Who would guessed that direction's important?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. The sequencer is for use by trained personnel only. Obviously, you don't fit that description. I'm afraid I can't allow you to use it.
Oh, no.
Come on, Jabba. Be a pal. Who'll know?
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation.
It would appear that merging those two... That's an interesting idea.
Stellar, would you like this hair?
That's an interesting idea. Not a good...
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Roger's voice here. I mean, I guess Space Quest 4 is really no better. But I wish we'd gotten a good Roger Wilco performance.
It feels like...
Cyber functions. I remember what I'm supposed to do here. Roger's voice is the best in Space Quest 5, it's true. Let's talk to
You
some
get a
people.
jump on
No,
senility by mumbling.
I wasn't mumbling
You start to
myself.
say something, and then you remember that you're supposed to be a man of action, not words. Or is that the other way around?
Hey, Jabba.
You drool in that direction.
Why won't you talk to
put your
people?
mouth on that.
Roger, why won't you talk to these people? Push
Don't
it.
touch that.
It's a nice looking
It
pink
feels
liquid.
slightly gritty.
Why don't I remember anything about this
You get a
game?
jump on sin. This is but most.
Yeah, Space Quest 6 is a little cynical, which is
I'm
interesting
sorry, Mr.
because I get the feeling.
come on.
My impression is that Josh Mandel wrote most of
Nope.
it, and I would assume that he would be a little less cynical than Scott Murphy. How long ago did I write the walkthrough? I would say I wrote that walkthrough on probably November 26th, 1995. So that's a good estimate of when when I actually wrote the walkthrough, which means I think I wrote the walkthrough as I played the game. Like at each sequence I solved, I just wrote another paragraph of the walkthrough. So yeah, I'm already lost. That's just how it is sometimes. Okay, let's see here. So what do I do? I'm back on the ship. Oh wait, this is one of those, really? I just peeked at my own walkthrough. I think it's just you try several
I'm
times.
sorry, Mr.
Come
I'm sorry. I'm s-
come
I'm s- I'm s-
come
I'm sorry.
No?
Boy,
I'm
come
I'm sorry.
Well, my own walkthrough says, let me quote myself here. Remove the ball hair. Use the hair with the DNA scanner in Sickbay. Jeb will try to talk to you. Talk to him a couple times, and Roger will convince him to use the scanner. So let's try talking directly to him, which earlier didn't trigger a conversation. Remember everything, every detail of a game from 20 years ago and nothing from 10 minutes ago. You know, I'm better with most of Sierra games. This one is really messing me up, though.
Jeez,
Hey,
Jabba.
there we go.
Who's gonna know? Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
Lab assistants hate this one trick.
I don't know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulations. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I swear, it'll only take a minute. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what, anytime you want it, one free plunge job, day or night.
Wow.
What do you say?
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to assume that's not a euphemism.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jabba, be a pal.
Well, okay, but just
Well,
this
okay.
once. If anyone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
Ben,
No problem.
I know
I'll be
we've
done
talked
in a
about this
flash.
before. I
I
also
really
hate,
don't know why I'm doing this.
because I talked to you enough times that you decide to, yeah, I hate to just talk to someone multiple times until eventually they do the thing they said they would never do. Okay, let's scan.
what can be said?
It's a fun animation. Clone sequence.
That's delightful. Don't.
Imprint data card. Sweet. Probably good that I didn't clone that guy. Now let's use
Neat.
our...
I've always wanted to try one of these on the compost.
All right. Insert DNA card. It's the pattern of Nigel Rancid. File closed.
Oh, hi, Stellar.
What?
I hope your back's feeling better.
They just finished treating me,
Oh, wait.
and it is starting to feel better. However, I was told to lay off rescuing people for a while, especially you. So, did you have any luck?
Yeah.
I got some information from the sample I
clicked
ran
on
through
back.
the DNA sequencer.
And she started talking about her back?
When I tried it,
Is that
all I
right?
got was a name. All it said after that was that the file is closed. I wonder why that is.
I don't know for sure, Roger, but it seems a bit suspicious.
Nah.
When a file is marked like that, there's usually a very good reason. Most frequently, it indicates the file is closed for intelligence purposes, or it's legally sealed by some judicial body. In the case of those tubs of guts that grabbed you, I'd have to say it's not a government agency directly behind it. Sounds more like someone with access from the outside to a friend or two inside. A more paranoid person might say this smells way wrong.
Well, that's probably just the fish I'm carrying around.
And again, when did you last change your socks?
If the files are sealed, then we have nothing to go on.
True. The only thing I can think of is that they may be accessible by jacking into cyberspace. I've never done it, but I know it can be done.
Yeah, it can.
So I guess this means you won't be trying it first. I'd love to try it, but I can't since we don't know how.
Well, actually, I read it can
Oh.
be done with the help of a Cyberjack and headset and a cyberspace jack interface module.
Thanks, William Gibson.
The article said there are several things to access out there and that there's a vast library of files to browse. It said that the
Wow.
Information Superhighway project is a little behind schedule, but that there are some operative areas. Other than that, I don't have a clue as to how we can gain any information about them.
So
Hey,
you
RJ.
think this cyberspace thing could work?
Well, I can only tell you what I've read. Navigating it takes a little patience, but I think it's the only option you have. I don't know if you'll locate a Cyberjack and headset. Because of the delays in the project, they've become more like collector's items than marketable, functionable products.
We
thank
do
you,
have
Stellar.
Cyberjack modules built into the compost.
That's true. Of course, we won't know anyway without the jack.
That bites. I wonder where we could find one of those.
That bites.
I wish I knew, Roger. There must be some place.
Attention. We are
Wow.
now orbiting the
Lot of
Delta
dialogue here.
Proximon 5 colony as requested by StarCon. Most of you know your assignments as they have been broadcast to your composts. Please represent StarCon properly. Kilbasa, out.
You better get moving since you don't know yet what your assignment is. I have some checking around to do. We'll talk later.
Sounds great, Stellar.
Thanks, Stellar. I'll see you soon. Maybe we can work in that dinner.
You know, something that's kind of funny to me is that I believe both Scott Murphy and Josh Mandel, the two designers and writers on this game, have claimed that they never intended any kind of love triangle between Roger, Stellar, and B. But in the cutscene at the end of the last episode, it's very clear. Like, Stellar just basically says, it's like, I would be interested in having a romantic relationship with you if you weren't already partnered with someone else. And Roger's like, I've thought about it too, but I'm afraid of my future wife, Beatrice. And all of that just seems to suggest that they did want to build up some kind of love triangle there, but I guess they regretted it.
You had tickets to see Quasar live in concrete with Beatrice. That was before you got busted back down to janitor and assigned to this dad-blasted floating
Dad-blasted.
heck hole of a mother-talking spaceship.
I'm sorry.
A note, this game has scrupulously avoided any rough language that would result in having to be rated as an adults-only computer or video game by the Game Censorship Board of the U.S. Senate Subcommittee.
Oh, wow. This is great, RJ. Yeah, earlier today I posted a link in the Discord, which let me just give a link to the Discord. Posted a link in the Discord to the Space Quest 6 Wikipedia entry, which was weird. It was written by someone who clearly didn't like the game and also felt the need to explain every joke in the game in little parenthetical notes alongside, it'd say the evil Sharpei named after the wrinkly dog and stuff like that. And it's pretty wild. And I guess since this afternoon someone's gone in and cleaned it up, that's the power of having a voice on the internet. That's why the internet is so great for democracy. It allows you to have a say in what Wikipedia says about a bad game.
You had tickets to see Quasar live in concrete
I gotta
with
hear this next
Beatrice.
line again.
That was before you got busted back down to janitor and assigned to this dad-blasted floating heck hole of a mother-talking spaceship.
I'm sorry. That blasted heck hole of a mother-talking spaceship is just good.
This is a Beetlejuice clamoring hagfish fern. You've tried everything you could think of to get it back to health. Unfortunately, all you could think of to do was to stand over it and say, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
I bet it was fun to get Gary Owens to say that, although it kind of sounded like he has said it once and then they looped it 2 more times.
Say it's the old hint book you found in the bargain bin at the software store in Space Quest 4.
I could use that.
You won't need that hint book. You've already won Space Quest 4, haven't you?
Is this game being the bad allegations? I mean, what this game's got is it's got pretty good jokes. It's got great voice work from Gary Owens. The first part of the game on Polysorbate 60 is a little directionless, but that's, I guess, a Space Quest staple at some level.
This table is supposed to be used since you...
Let's see.
Ooh, it's your old Autobucks card from your shopping spree at the Galaxy Galleria after you saved the latex babes from that hideous sea slug in Space Quest 4. It's expired, unfortunately, but then you don't need much money aboard the DeepShip. Besides, people would talk if they saw you dressed that way again. This table is supposed to... Since you do... Wow, it's the old translating gadget you used to communicate with the subterranean alien back on the planet Corona in Space Quest 1. Too bad they don't make those little dilithium watch batteries anymore.
We get that again. It's dilithium.
Looky, it's your old Labion Terror Beast mating whistle from Space Quest 2.
Yeah, the Wikipedia entry had this line that says that Roger develops a relationship that almost attracts her to the point of enamoration for it. It was a wild Wikipedia
it's the
entry. I
Star
hate that we didn't
Generator
save
remote
it.
control you found aboard the Sarian ship during Space Quest 1.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Strange Places.
Hey, it's the Pocket Pal terminal you filched from an abandoned land speeder on Xenon during Space Quest 4.
You glommed it.
This table is supposed... Since... It's a discarded cigar stub from the Galaxy Galleria in Space Quest 4.
Gross, Roger. You should have picked that up the first time.
Hey, here's that pack of matches you stole from the Eulance Flats bar when you returned to Space Quest 1 during the time travel sequence in Space Quest 4.
Where are all the Space Quest 5 memorabilia?
Wow, it's your official employment rejection letter from Sierra Online at the end of Space Quest 3. It just says, not a chance. And it's signed by Ken Williams.
We referenced that line in StairQuest when you read the plaque, and it's signed by Ken Williams. What obscure reference to throw in your game.
It's your life savings. It's your...
This is one of my favorite bits here.
That's odd. You don't remember having a second pair of pants?
No, wait.
Maybe you've got an evil twin from a parallel universe walking around the ship naked.
That's pretty good. Hey, this may be the line I was thinking of, though.
These are your boots. Wait a second, you're already wearing your boots.
I thought there was a line here about making it look like you dissolved into your bed.
We named the game after these. You know, Space Quest socks. You're perfectly comfortable. Leave them where they are.
Oh,
They're positioned just right for making it appear as though you simply dissolved into your bed.
There's the line I really like. I also think there's a good run here.
We didn't make this game just so you could crawl into bed and...
Let's see here.
Why do all these starships come with shimmery sheets? What's so futuristic and wonderful about shimmery sheets? They wake you up at night. They're cold and slippery. And the worst thing is getting up every morning with sequins imprinted all over your face. What's up with that?
Yeah, the sequin sheets is very good.
It's a medical reference of janitor-specific ailments, diseases of the genitalia.
Nice.
Your quarters are... That's one of the advantages.
Okay, let's see.
Your
Now
quarters are cozy
game.
and intimate, yet spacious. That's one of the advantages of living in a converted cargo hold.
867, good to see you.
You saw this detailed diecast model of an early StarCon Solar Scout in Milky Way today, StarCon's in-flight magazine. It seemed like a great investment at the time.
We're almost out of things to look at.
Holy cow! It's your Golden Mop Award for your feats of daring do in Space Quest 1.
The narration is wonderful. It makes me want to click on everything.
This poor dresser hasn't worked right since they halted on board. Wait, were you looking at yourself or at the Bureau? Well, same message either way.
This poor dresser. That's good. That's really good.
Ah, your old Xenon Army knife
Oh.
from Space Quest 1, in which you destroyed the powerful star generator which had fallen into the hands of the evil kleptomaniac Sarians.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Mandel's dialogue in the hands of Gary Owens is a good
It's
combo.
a picture entitled Rocket Ship to the Moon.
Rocket.
Now, if you could only figure out what the heck a moon is.
And this is the dream of anyone like Josh that writes so much description is you get one of the best voiceover guys in the biz to come in and just give it 110%.
You have nothing you need to throw. It feels slightly
Okay, what am I actually doing here? I'm sure it's
The
something.
Pocket Pal will be of no use to you whatsoever. It's AC, and the ship is DC.
Terrible. Let's check our messages. Oh, we're being held.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Yeah, maybe I'll click play.
Wilco,
Oh.
Commander Kilbasa here. I have a special assignment for you.
Uh-huh.
A crew person of special skills is required on Delta Berxilon 5.
Delta
In the spirit
Perxilon.
of StarCon cooperation, we have decided to offer them your assistance. Transport there immediately. Kilbasa out.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to...
You get finger. You get.
Oh, wait, I can't do it like that, can I? To Delta Berxilon. That's a good animation. Good job animating that, animators.
Okay, I'm ready. Energize.
Yeah, just reuse that voice line. No need to record that one twice. High-tech stuff.
Commander Kielbasa and that other guy look like they're just finishing up a conversation.
Janitor Wilco, Dr. Bellows and I were just talking about you.
I Dream of Jeannie reference
Please
there, Dr.
report
Bellows.
to Sharpei's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
I feel like even in 1995, the average person playing this game might not have gotten an I Dream of Jeannie reference, but thank goodness it's there.
You mistake the dual layers of polycarbonate sheathing for some sort of lickable wallpaper, and you give the wall a lick.
Hey, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
I didn't get that as a Willy Wonka reference as a kid, but now I do, and I appreciate it.
This display shows you these hermetically sealed components house the Ascendopad's direction correction connections, the quark torque fork, and the ascension descension suspension tension extensions.
Yeah, I was extremely well versed in 50s and 60s sitcoms too. That was my bread and butter growing
Beneath
up.
the Ascendopad, the lift bay relay outlay array quietly does its thing.
I don't think I've looked at some of these before.
The wall panels of the Ascendopad are formed from a core of fiber steel between dual layers of expanded polycarbonate sheathing that's guaranteed not to rust, chip, peel, or need repainting for at least 12 millennia. This is probably more than you wanted to know.
I mean, this is like the Josh Mandel adventure game experience in a nutshell. All these descriptions are largely
This
unnecessary.
port interfaces visiting shuttles with the Ascendopad.
But I'm so glad they're here. Nathan, I know I brought this up before, but Jess over email circa 1997 explained to me that Soylent Clear is a Soylent Green reference. That's amazing. Oh, man. You know, I'm proud to have been Sierra brain rotted for decades now. No regrets.
These lights illuminate the interior of the shaft, just in case someone falls down it and needs some light to die by.
Some light to die by. I feel like that's like an episode title for The Last of Us. Some light to die by. Let's see. We're going to quarters, I take it. Some light to die by. Oh, Soil It Clear is definitely still catchy.
Janitor second class, Roger Wilco, reporting as ordered, ma'am.
Wilco, you say?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
I like the look of this game too, Ben.
I'm very sorry, Matt.
Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain over there.
Wow.
Ma'am, I came as...
Young man, I lack the time, and most importantly, the patience to indulge you as you whine your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
Sorry, but I wasn't briefed on what tasks would be required of me.
You are a janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon? When my fifth husband, Admiral Bluntthang, served, the crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall this one rather striking cadet who... Oh, well, never mind that.
Hey, pickled dog.
But you... I pray you do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not look forward to witnessing. Get to work, Mr. Wilco. You'll find a mop and a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to your education. That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire.
I say that all the time, too.
Just clean. I must rest now.
So, the plot here is that she wants to steal Roger's body, right? Like she's going to transfer her mind into Roger's body, and that goes awry here. But to what end? Like, if you had to steal the body of a StarCon officer, why would you go with Roger? I don't get, like, her motivation. She has an enamoration for him. That could be it. I don't quite get, like, why that would be her preference, but I guess...
The contaminated waste items receptacle stands awaiting contaminated waste items.
Like, I mean, for obvious reasons, she ends up trying to still ultimately Stellar's body as a backup plan, which seems like a superior plan all around.
The wrinkled one rests quietly in
and
her
nobody.
crapomatic adjustable bed.
Nobody will miss him. I like this idea.
It looks like an empty specimen jar. Maybe later, if you find some free time, you could give it a fill. Keeps the techs guessing.
Mr. Wilco, I asked you to mop the floors. Do I have to get Commander Kilbasa in here to get you to do your job?
No, ma'am. I'll get right on it, ma'am.
It's an exciting day around here. There was an attempt to deliver my new computer to the house, but I wasn't home, which means tomorrow I should get a new computer, which means I'll have to figure out how to set up all this streaming junk on a brand new system. Who knows the next time I'll be able to be online.
It's some sort of medical unit. You don't know what it is. After all, you're a janitor, not a doctor, damn it.
Looks like a router modem kind of thing. Let's see. This will pop up. Roger's poor mopping is really good. It's look great with ray tracing. That's right.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode.
Commode.
It is positively maddening.
That's a turlet. That's an old-fashioned turlet.
You got it,
Toots.
right away, ma'am. Whatever I can do.
Oh, this is a great question.
Please do it. And quietly. I must have my rest.
Ben, I do co-host a podcast, and this is going to surprise you. I co-host that podcast with you. It's Quest, the adventure game podcast. This week's episode that just came out today is all about Star Trek, the 25th anniversary. A fantastic little adventure game. Just, hit exclamation point podcast over in the chat, and we could probably get a link to that thrown up there. Maybe. I don't know. Did I remember to set that up? Honestly, don't recall. We'll know soon enough. Just, there it is. It worked. It worked. There it is again. You can just click in and you can listen to our last episode. Also available on my YouTube channel. It's a good one. Ben and I enjoyed Star Trek 25th anniversary. Because of course we did.
Mr. Wilco, it is time for me to take my meds. Please fetch my trisonic sortium from the medicine cabinet.
Trisonic sortium.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I can get this old hag to overdose.
Wow, Roger.
What was that, janitor?
Nothing, ma'am. I'll get those for you right away. I can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
What a weird scene this is. Deadly
Hey,
neurotoxin.
While we await a fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Hey, there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent. I seem to be in a world of deep... Ah, jeez, the door!
Oh, jeez. Oh, criminy.
That's delightfully non-helpful. You realize your strength alone will be no match for the mechanized door.
Fair
That's
saver.
not going to help. Move it, man!
One of the best cough animations in all of Sierra Gaming.
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose
That's
in
a
your
space
hands.
piston.
Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective.
Cough, 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 cough. Gripped bones. Yeah, few games really capture the musculature of DeForest Kelly.
Good thinking.
Like
Wedged
Star
in
Trek
the door,
25th
the manual
anniversary.
override control causes the piston to strain against the door.
Just
It
the sheer
pushes a few inches and
vascularity of
seems
the
to
muscles.
strain at that point.
It's Stellar.
Wilco!
Oh, hi, Stellar. What are you doing here?
I've always loved that line read.
There's no time to talk,
hi,
Roger.
Stellar.
We've got to get out of here now. 1, 2, 3.
We did it. Oh no. Beans.
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft, the hydro riser piston gives way, and the door slams shut, with Stellar still trapped inside.
No. You know it's coming.
Claw and pull at the seams of the bulkhead door, but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion, which seems to have come from behind the door.
Kaboom. But at what cost?
The door is sealed tight. You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
My God, I can't believe this. It can't be happening.
I have that same sound effect
I was...
in my internal monologue.
Stellar!
There it is. There it is. It was explosive poisonous gas. Yeah, a lot of poisonous gases are explosive. You just never get a chance to see them ignite.
It's hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush, pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection. Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur, the laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago.
I like that the groundskeeper from Gabriel Knight is here.
Perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships, you've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however, is a different feeling.
Wow.
Far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance. But you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her. Enough smarm already. Let's funeral!
Ladies and/or gentlemen, we assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate, Lieutenant First Class Stellar Santiago. Her unfortunate death takes place in the shadow of a new community, the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy.
Wow.
Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst occurred while she was on duty. If a member of StarCon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance.
Wow. To the death.
I believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
Stellar would have had more friends show up. She seems very cool. One of my favorite gags in this entire game is the scrawled eulogy at the top of this sheet of paper. It looks like it's written by a 10-year-old. Which for some reason really tickles me. I really like. Let's read as you googly.
I only knew Stellar for a short time. I wish I could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this person I was proud to have called friend. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
That's a good line. That was like the peak of humor for me when I played this game for the first time. I'm sorry I forgot that happened. Man, check out that walk animation on Kielbasa. I got strutting. Yeah, the gags on top of gags on top of gags really do work almost like Airplane. Let's see. I know at some point we need to
You summon the
go in here and get the vulgars. I wonder if we can do that next. We're going to have to learn a neck pinch eventually. Okay. Peaceful race of brilliant and logical thinkers. All your real joy in life is to stride around the galaxy with superior attitudes and correct other people's grammar and spelling. Enjoy designing outer space strategy simulation games. This makes them nearly as insufferable as university academicians, but not as well paid. Wow. The vulgar neck pinch. pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk, as the third Tango and Cash reference in the game so far for those keeping score. 555-1212. 555-1212. 555-1212. Sarians are omnivores, preferring to eat old back issues of Omni. Okay, that's pretty good. And for the record, this comes up occasionally. It is this game that names the Pinkins the Pinkins. I've occasionally been credited with coming up with that name for my website, but it is definitely the little pink guys from Space Quest 2 are named Pinkins here. I can't take credit for that. Live on Labian and create elaborate warrens. It gives hints on the berries here if you still haven't finished Space Quest 3. That's useful. Okay, how do I get out of here? Let's see. Can I actually activate the... Yeah, I think I can. On. 555-1212. Enter. Energize. I was pretty sure someone came up with the name Pinkins and then Sierra canonized it. Possibly.
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 555-1212, the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch.
Yes.
This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either Tango
That's
and
what I read in the
Cash
database,
or
yes.
Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of nerve stimuli and loss of cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness.
Yes.
In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced lobotomy. Victims are soon rendered
Lobotomy?
unconscious for several hours. When they awaken, they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer. You will please to pay attention.
The alien designs are very good in
Address the
this.
subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
Narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, Tango-san, maybe you can fetch me up with your sister. I have told you after her, and we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, the two of us get
We've had margaritas together was in there.
And I just like that.
So, as you can see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species.
Neck-bearing species.
This completes our program. Thank you very much.
All right. Now we can vulgar neck pinch, should the need arise. And I suspect it will. That's a load-bearing neck. All right, maybe we go back to our quarters. Here we go. Do I have a message? I do. Who could it be from?
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular.
That's what you said last time.
I wonder what it is.
Roger.
Oh no,
Help
she
me.
looks terrible.
I only have a moment. They faked.
Faked what?
Stellar.
Faked
what happened?
what?
The picture's gone. You're alive?
Yeah, I guess she is. Let's go to the bridge and tell Kielbasa. His cat bed command station is very good.
It's Commander Kielbasa's kitty litter box. This is where he makes most of his best command decisions.
This guy's named Dorf.
Not to mention all of his log entries.
Log entries.
That's Dorf, the ship's chief of security. He's the ship's engineer. That's the communication officer. That's the science officer. Hey, don't put your utterances.
Yo, distant galaxies and stars.
Oops.
Can you hear me?
Sorry, objects in view screen are farther away than they actually appear.
Commander Kielbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
Yes.
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpei.
What?
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Sir,
Wilco, we have our orders from StarCon and we'll be carrying them out.
Okay.
Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge
Janitor.
now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Sorry, Janitor. Janitor is my favorite He-Man character.
The main view screen is filled with stars and distant galaxies, representing untold scores of civilizations and a vast amount of untapped knowledge that could reshape the way we think of time and space. But more importantly, you're proud to notice that your new squeegee didn't leave any streaks.
Yeah, this screen was definitely important in the standalone demo's plot. Yeah, it's essential at the end.
That's the schematic diagram of DeepShip 86.
I love that they bothered to write descriptions for just everything.
This is the bridge. The enormous DeepShip cost millions of buckazoids to build, stretches on and on seemingly without end, and limps along at a snail's pace. Sort of like the first Star Trek movie.
What? What?
This is the bridge. The enormous DeepShip
What?
cost millions
You can't
of
say that about the
buckazoids
motion
to build,
picture.
stretches on and on seemingly without end, and limps along at a snail's pace. Sort of like the first Star Trek movie.
Wow. I'm glad Grayson isn't still here to see that. And I mean, here's the thing, gang. This will be controversial, but I'm a big motion picture fan. The motion picture may be my favorite Star Trek movie, and I am comfortable with that statement. I'm good with that, and I would stand by it. I love Star Trek the motion picture, and I don't appreciate it being besmirched here. No good. There's a reason some call it the motionless picture. Yeah, some people don't have taste is the reason. That's a fantastic movie. Every single, slow pan across the hull of the Enterprise is absolutely necessary to tell the story that they wanted to tell.
A nice fatty donut. Magnum will probably scarf this down. After all, he needs to maintain his boyish tub-o'-guts figure. Magnum Opus belongs to an elite StarCon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers, FF for short. That's Chesbro, one of the
Chesbro.
Shuttle Bay guards.
It's me, Chesbro. Let's see. Can we just knock out Chesbro now?
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a hard to believe this is a real job. Oh, my God. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this, and I think I broke a fingernail here.
I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. All right, here we go. Yeah, maybe his best delivery yet. I would agree. Major Tom was here. That's pretty good. Sarek lies. Vulcans can't lie. Yeah, I've never seen either of those films either. Grundy, I was too busy watching Star Trek The Motion Picture. I have no idea if any of that dialogue was accurate.
Golly, this food looks so good it might be worth becoming a prisoner for. Yeah,
Shut
like
up,
I
dwarf.
sure want to be in your position. Not.
Oh, he gave us the knot. You can't do that. That's not cool. All right. Brig. I love this feast that's been bestowed
It's
upon
a
us.
hovercraft for transporting replicated food. Home sweet home until you figure out how to get out of here and away from that nearsighted security guard.
Oh no. Did I mess up?
What are you, plastic man? You can't possibly reach anything outside the cell when you're locked in.
Let's reload. I bet he comes back. I doubt that's a soft lock, but I don't really want to find out.
While
Okay. I love this puzzle. It's one of my all-time favorite Space Quest puzzles. In fact, I feel a little guilty that I always forget about it when it comes up what some of my
nothing
favorite
happens.
Space
See,
Quest
most games would just give you a
puzzles
generic
are.
response when you try something useless like that. But we've custom tailored this response exactly for you.
That's good. That's a good gag. Let's see. How do I go about assembling this? I can't remember if I do it on the bench or if I... Hey, experiment ego.
It probably seems...
Oh no. Let's see.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
How do I start building this?
Nothing. As cool as it would be. Excellent.
Uh-oh, he's back. Okay, let's do this thing.
You are very fortunate to not be a prisoner on one of those Cervic cruisers. They'd have you eating your... Oh, heck, never mind. You don't need to hear that right before you eat. That's for sure. Ooh, I do go on a little.
Dwarf.
While that's an interesting idea, even Dorf would notice that something would be While that's not now.
How do I get the donut? I need to get that donut. I'm not sure if the monsters in the other room is a reference to something. Let's see if I can build this thing.
Excellent. Boy. As cool.
let's see here. Okay. We're going to attach the... I guess I do it in my inventory.
Nothing happened.
No?
In this... Nothing.
It's all in inventory. Okay.
Careful. Nothing happened. In this galaxy. Nothing. Now it has some cool
We've done
ears.
it. We got started. Look out, world.
The rack of a rat adds a nice touch.
Rack of a rat.
An interesting idea. Something starting to take shape. What? In this galaxy. A touchment of that adds something more to your work in progress.
I love this. It's so good.
How creative. That's a nice touch. Something seems to be taking shape here.
Then where do I go? I don't remember. Do I just hide? What happens next?
Whoa, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules. 10 more minutes and they have to leave.
Yikes, it's a good thing Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
Uh-oh. Okay.
This is some very fine food.
There we go. I've solved yet another puzzle. Flawless victory. Haha. You
Nice
just
work.
got.
Sometimes you actually surprise me. You don't need 2 donuts. Trust me. This is the screen.
This world's a great
Here we go.
big ball of dirt with 50 billion souls who like to sit around and veg down in the dark like moles. But me, I'm just the kind of girl who loves the open air and bits of unburned hydrocarbons blowing through my hair. New soil is clear, at last it's here with clearly better taste. Less people too, like me and you, and less reprocessed waste. More hearty crunch for snacks or lunch, it's crystal clear to see. New soil and clear, the last frontier for folks like you and me. New soil and clear, clearly less people, clearly more taste.
It's clearly less people, clearly more taste. It's very good. What a good bit. Okay.
Now there's a real bright idea, but then perhaps you deserve the consequences. If the force field were turned off, you'd be the only one to suffer the consequences. In the event that someone might be looking over your shoulder, we'll save your embarrassment for another time.
It's pretty good.
Provided you could get your arm through the force field, which you can't, the creature from the ego would nip it off at the shoulder and you'd die horribly in a puddle of gore as the blood fountain from the gaping wound.
They never show something like that in a Space Quest game.
Yeah, and we know exactly what you're thinking. Awesome. Let's see it.
Okay, I think I need to go to the Sickbay. Why do I remember this part of the game better than the polysorbate stuff? Did I somehow play the middle of this game repeatedly? Of of all the games of the 90s, it's definitely one. It's true of the Orion Conspiracy. Let's see, isn't there a syringe here that I need or something? I was just bragging about how well I knew this game. And now look at me. Just look at me. Oh, check cabinets.
It's soft, yet it's soft. It's soft.
Soft
It's
yet
soft.
firm.
It's soft. 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 It's
Unbelievable.
It feels like
What a fun puzzle. Let's see. What did I say in my my walkthrough? Open one of the cabinets, it says. That's useful. That's very useful. Thanks, Jess. Oh, the doctor occasionally opens it.
Use some.
Oh, it's here on the side. Wow. I'll just grab a syringe. Why not?
Good thinking.
That's right. Nothing like planning a poisoning. Let's see here. Intership transport. Let's go back to the Shuttle Bay entrance. It's Morbin time. People don't say it's Morbin time anymore. Merry Morbin time to you. I'm not afraid to say it. Oh, I have to take out Chessbro again. Boy, the concept art for Chessbro looks really cool.
Boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. No, you can't get
Got you
away.
with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Really is a brilliant line. I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh, I went too early?
You're not going down. I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Oh boy.
Oh no.
I
have to go back to the Hoos Cow. Oh no.
I'll bet Magnum kicks some serious butt.
Okay, at least it didn't send me all the way back. Okay. Let's see here. Big guy gets his donut first. The stretchy arm. It's very good. Do your thing, Magnum. Eat it. Eat it, Magnum.
Oh.
You're dead. Nah, I guess not. Sure. Why not? Michigan J Frog. Sure. It's one of those sexy cows from Toonstrap. You got it. You can do it, game. Good Lord. Oh, man. He moitered him. Hey, Chess Bro, what's up? Great news. I've got you.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. No, you can't get away. I got you now that you've got it. Hard to believe this is a real job.
Cleo, hard to believe this is a real job.
You're not going down. I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hubba chubba. Ooh, boy. If I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this, and I think I broke a fingernail here.
Smooth move. You've got his keyring.
Girl in the tower, I'm reaching out. I got the guards. Let's see here.
No amount of brute strength can pry these. No amount of.
Roger. Looks like we're gonna need someone to lend us a hand. Eight rear. Yeah, it was a busted hotspot, wasn't it? I wonder if that's a ScumVM thing or if that's in the original game. Is that Pelvis?
And we thought the Elvis 1987 poster in our office was tasteless. Yeah, just walk over and feel them up. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And we're sure you'll enjoy it when you're the recipient of some nice phaser blast ventilation. It wouldn't be prudent to do that at this juncture.
Oh, wow. Some George H.W. Bush humor. I can't remember. Do we actually do anything with Mr. Soylent in this version? Or is that only in the demo? Does Mr. Soylent ever actually play into the game? I can't recall. Only in the demo.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh,
I really like Circuit Sydney.
I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions.
I would love to see games like the Space Quest 6 demo. It's such a great length for a little mini game. Like, that little quick taste of a game is just wonderful. Like half an hour, that's so much. Yeah, a standalone demo is a massive amount of extra work. You know, it's funny, when we made the Pledge Quest games, Akril and I, for the Space Venture Kickstarter, you know, they were basically little one-room games, the first one. The second one was, I guess, technically like a 2 or 3 room game. But they were very much inspired by the Space Quest 6 demo. Like, I like the idea of just trying to have a few puzzles crammed into just very few screens with a short play time and everything else. And after they came out, I got a really nice note from Mark Crow. It's like, hey, I really like this little mini adventure you made. Thanks for doing this to support our Kickstarter. And it's like, yeah, basically I just ripped that idea off from Space Quest 6. I was really just trying to ape that. There's never a Space Quest 7 demo that went public. There was a little promotional video on the Space Quest collection that kind of showed Roger with a Wile E. Coyote style rocket strapped to his back, but it never really went anywhere.
Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Yeah, so Mark wasn't part of the Space
Roger.
Quest 6 demo.
You know
He didn't
I'd give you my right appendage if you needed it.
It's a good gag.
Funny you should say that, Sydney. I kind of have this situation where that very item could come in handy.
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
Too late now.
You really
dum-dum.
are a great friend, Sydney. That'll come in real handy. I can't thank you enough, Sydney.
Well, if you really are seriously in need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you. You will get it right back to me, won't you,
Sure.
Roger?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sydney.
Actually, don't bet your nut flanges.
Sydney, I kind of need another favor.
I don't know why yet.
I need one of your eyes.
Just give it to me.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
Well, actually, Sydney, I could use one of your eyes.
Are you certain, Roger?
I would prefer not to.
I guess if you really need it.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
Oh, I really do.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
Oh, of course, Sydney. Real soon.
What a jerk.
Listen, I've got a couple of things I've got to attend to. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Sydney.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Oh, yeah. See you soon, Sydney.
We are the worst. Roger is a jerk in this game.
Compost don't respond to...
What did it say?
Compost don't respond to voice commands. What do you think this is, science fiction?
Let's see. I've got the hand in the eye. I think the hand's pointing.
It's the right arm circuit Sydney was so kind to loan you.
I like this series of puzzles. Like, I feel like this getting through the door puzzle is pretty good. I think maybe puzzle-wise, it might be the strongest section of Space Quest 6. The giving pot. Hope everybody enjoys me constantly going up to the top of the screen to try to trigger my icons, even though they sit here the entire game in plain sight. Nailed it, Roger. It worked! Perfect. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Roger shrank. What is going on? Oh, no. It's tiny Roger. That's an interesting bug. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Yeah, the Deep Space 86 stuff is, I think, the strongest part of the game for me. I love it.
This refueling pillar signifies parking section F8. Instead of F8, this post used to have a picture of a large cartoon mouse, but StarCon removed it after being threatened with legal action by the same company that lost its shirt on Andromeda Disney, the first amusement park on Andromeda.
That's Disney's litigious joke.
This support is labeled F9 so that entities can easily find where they park their shuttles, pods, runabouts, and other mini-ships. The deep ship's shuttle has a reserved spot in this row. You hear a disembodied voice saying, "Remember your parking space, Luke." This large, well-ventilated shuttle bay is probably the largest single room on the ship.
Wow, this is the size of submarine quarters.
Andorian megapeds playing hacky sack in here. Ooh, a mint-condition 57 Gateway Bel Air with mag thrusters, overhead lifters, and 4-pod barrels.
Wow, she's greased lightning.
This Tiberian skimmer may look intimidating, but it's seriously underpowered. And that clear steel compound cockpit is particularly vulnerable to meteorites, baryon radiation, and large insects.
What became of the Mallard is the question that sparked 1,000 fanfics and fan games. I think everyone loves the Mallard,
You
me
can't
included.
take much more of this, Captain. Your words cause every...
Let's see what other shuttles we have here.
This baby's a sleek streak Corsair with push-button tranny and dual airbags. These balsa wood shuttles are really maneuverable, but they don't last 2 seconds in a phaser battle.
Balsa wood.
Some guy wearing a Delco air filter on his face parked this shuttle.
The Delco air filter's pretty good.
This Kiapian runabout strikes fear into the heart of the Japaxian Empire.
I don't understand
all
of these.
Compact shuttle for under 8,500 buckazoids. Some woman driver parked her shuttle here and contaminated the whole deep ship with these acid-bleeding, multi-jawed exoskeletal aliens, and you had a really huge mess to clean up. Just for that, Kielbasa refused to validate her parking slip.
Tough but fair.
What a beauty! A true museum-quality McKinley Ultramarine Blue Runner.
It will be mine. Oh, yes. It will be mine.
There you go.
In your dreams.
A little bit of a Wayne's World reference.
This might be the one. It looks familiar. Unfortunately, it's locked.
Unfortunately, or not a big deal?
Excellent guess. Excellent.
Oh, wait, do I have to activate this?
The shuttle's alarm is now deactivated.
That's pretty good. There we go. It even kind of looks like the aluminum mallard.
Gee, you finally decide to do some janitoring. Great timing. You've got way too much to do to spend time You've got way too much. Don't screw with a pattern buffer array. If you get messed up during teleportation, it can unscramble you.
All right. A recall notice.
It's the recall notice. It's the Don't pick the shut. Don't pick.
Maybe we're ready. Ooh, glue, duct tape, other
you
things.
Summon
Oh, look at the orange tank by the door. Let's see here.
This tank of emergency oxygen serves an incredibly important purpose. It ensures that the shuttle's hatch makes a neat hissing sound when it opens and closes.
Oh, that's so good. I would love to know, like, how that joke came together. Did the artist draw that as just some, like, here's some science fiction-y looking gizmo tank on the wall, and then the line of dialogue was added? Was this more of a, like, Josh wanted to tell the joke and they added the sign, the tube? I don't know, but it's great. Thank you, Jay Frisbee, for that resub. I appreciate it. That's such a good joke. Has a transporter tube spot. That's fun stuff.
That's done.
Well.
It feels like.
Current code, lasagna.
Don't touch that. Don't.
Nothing like a periodic table puzzle.
Don't touch that. It wouldn't.
That's right, isn't it? That's lasagna, isn't it? Isn't it? Who's to say? So it's, push the initiation button after all that. Okay, I peeked at my own walkthrough. All right. Stand by for retinal scan.
Let's see if this sucker works.
Sweet. Stormtroopers? What are they doing here?
Hey, here's your fish!
The fish gag is so weird. Oh, look at this 3D. Can your system handle it? Look at that. Gorgeous. That's one more D than you've been getting through most of the game. That's an additional D.
Janitor Wilco, what are you doing?
Nobody says janitor.
You have no authorization to take that shuttle. To make matters worse, you have launched into the middle of a super double reverse anti-anomaly.
Oh no.
You will turn that ship around immediately and head back to the shuttle bay. Do you understand, Wilco?
Bite me, Commander.
What was that last transmission, Wilco?
We're having a little problem with the signal, sir. I mean, with all due respect, sir, I did plead with you not to leave Stellar behind. Sir,
Bite me.
I sense that something's just not right with that community. I don't believe Stellar is dead, and I just can't leave her there. I'm going to do this, sir, regardless of the consequences. Stellar saved my life not once, but twice. I owe her.
It's true.
Well, that was her own stupid mistake. I demand that you return at once, Wilco. If you do so and surrender now, your record will be taken into consideration during your disciplinary hearing.
Oh, I've already had one of those. Joke's on you.
Oh, that'll help you loads.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just can't. I have to do this.
Wilco, you fool!
Wilco, you fool.
Just then, the shuttle is sucked into the anti-anomaly. Communication with the deep ship has been disrupted.
Well, that's fortunate. I will say I really liked these 3D bits when I first played the game. They were fun. I don't know if the juice is probably worth the squeeze on them, but I dig them.
The power is not currently on.
Swell. There's not enough power to restart the engines.
You pull the handle and hear something release on the outside of the shuttle.
Is the juice worth the squeegee? Just review Space Quest 6. All right. I like his spacesuit in this game. It's a good looking spacesuit. This is the full effect from the cover of the game. There we go. You have a janitor coated spacesuit in the shell. That's a good point. This scene looks great. I love this.
It feels like...
Is this the best game ever? Expert Casual. That's a great question. Is this the best game ever? I mean, probably not. It's not my favorite Space Quest. It's maybe not in my top 6 favorite Space Quests, but I still enjoy it. There's a lot to love about it. I mean, as people have been saying, it's like there's a ton of effort. There's some really just top-notch writing in this game. The Gary Owens voiceover stuff is wonderful. Again, I like the graphics. I know they're not for everybody. There's good stuff about Space Quest 6, but it'd be hard to ever call it my favorite, really. My top 6 favorite Space Quests is a very particular burn. Yeah, Delonia's Space Quest 3 is probably my favorite too, followed by Space Quest 5. From there, 1 and 2 are pretty like neck and neck for me. They're probably 4 Space Quest 1 VGAs in there. Then Space Quest 6 is there too.
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh.
You look like you could use a little assistance. Is there anything I can do?
Hi, Wrigley.
Well, yes, there is. Thanks for stopping.
Well, you just name it, I guess.
It seems I've stalled my engines. Could you give me a jump? I have cables.
I'd jump you in a heartbeat, Dollface.
Would you?
I guess you must have got caught up in that anti-anomaly. It can be a real pain in the...
Oh, wow. Trying
Well,
Space Quest 3
let's
in
get
a
it
Radio Shack. I love it. This would have been way funnier if, like, a chromium cop had shown up, like some sort of liquid
here's
metal
your end of the
cop
cables.
with a theme song
I'll
and
let
everything.
you know when I'm all hooked up.
Roger's getting ready to get all hooked up here.
Contact.
Bad to the chrome. That's right. Oh, we can't. Oh, wait, here we go.
It's the recall.
Oh, wait. As any moron knows, when jumping the 1000 series, please match the plus cable with the plus terminal on the polar flux repeater deck. Okay. Plus on the weird uprights and minus on the O. Plus on the uprights, minus on the O.
That's just another...
New Stellar 8 was supposed to be in space, which I just can't imagine.
Okay, Manual. We're all hooked up. Give it a try.
Manual? We haven't met Manual yet, have we?
Bye-bye, Sugar Bunny.
Bye, I guess.
I gotta be running along.
Hey, thanks for stopping to help me.
See ya.
Bye, Wrigley. Aw, Beans. Sure, why not? Nice 3D model again. All right.
You neatly replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
What was this even for? I guess just to have an Aliens reference with Wrigley instead of Ripley. So were we supposed to trigger the autopilot earlier? Because we haven't been introduced to him yet, but he was there to start the vehicle and he's clearly in his seat now. Did I do something out of
My
order
sole
there?
purpose is to help you, sir.
Or is that just how he appears?
Sir, there still seems to be a potential engine blockage and the divalium crystal is offline.
You're supposed to trigger him. Yeah. I don't know. That's a little weird. Okay, let's see here. Guess we have to do some repair work.
It feels nice.
It feels nice.
Hey, Daddy.
Elmo's Gluzol.
It's a tube of Elmo's Gluzol. Don't screw with...
What may I do for you, sir?
What's the
Sir,
story?
there still seems to be a potential engine blockage and the...
Your work...
I need to wrap this up.
Boy, wouldn't it... As...
It feels nice. It feels nice.
Feels nice. Feels nice. Okay. Oh yeah, we can we can go in and cannibalize the data quarter.
This button...
Nice. Feels nice. Boy, Roger and his little chunks of green
Excellent
rock, huh?
guess. As cool... It probably... Nothing happened.
It feels nice.
So just, oh wait, there it is.
You pour glue all over the crystal.
Perfect. Hey, oh my goodness. Bill Bull, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Let me get a shout out going here. Thank you, Bill Bull, for the raid. How are you doing this evening? Hello, Raiders. I'm Decaf Jedi. You can call me Jess. Tonight I'm playing a little bit of Space Quest 6 to celebrate December. I mostly stream retro adventure games, usually every Wednesday night. I'm doing it a day early this week, but glad to have you here. How is everyone? Thank you so much for the raid. You're playing Bean and Nothingness. I don't know that one. How is the game and how are you doing? Thank you so much. And thank you for the follow, SGBU. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, how was your stream? Thanks for sharing your community with me. Everyone be sure to go over and check out Bill Bull's channel. I love Space Quest 2. It is one of my all-time favorite series. Always fun to drop in on it. Hey, thank you for the follow, Clark. Thank you, Dieter.
It feels nice.
We are a little over halfway through the game at this point. A very hard puzzle game. It's good, but your brain's fried. Yeah, that's me after any kind of tough game. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at that, Tom. Thank you so much for the gift subs. That is very generous of you. I appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. Things are going wild in here. Thank you. Gosh. Uh-oh, now I've broken my chat. Oh, no. Bear with me. Somehow I've managed to mess everything up. How did this all happen? Thank you, Tom, for those gift subs. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Goodness gracious. So yeah, Roger Wilco is out to save his good friend Stellar Santiago, who's been kidnapped by the evil octogenarian Sharpei. And we're just stranded in space right now trying to figure out how to get back on track.
Then the Galactican said, if I did have hover capabilities, I wouldn't need the cleft snorter. Excuse me, sir. How may I enhance your efforts?
Thank you so much for the gift subs, Tom. That is very generous. I appreciate it.
Sir, there still seems to be a potential engine...
Oh. So what do I need to do here? Oh, wait, I didn't attach the thing. I got so distracted with welcoming everybody, I forgot to solve this puzzle I was in the middle of solving. It's the thing with puzzles.
You hold the glue-coated segment to the broken Devallium crystal for 10 seconds to set the glue.
Nailed it.
It feels nice.
It feels nice.
It feels nice.
Hey, Daddy.
Okay. Do I need to duct tape this? Surely
It
not.
would appear that
Surely that's not a duct taping situation. It's one of the few problems that can be solved with duct tape.
What may I do for you, sir? Sir, there seems to be a problem with one of the engine intakes.
Oh, great. What's next?
What? What do I do here to fix this engine intake? Oh my goodness. Oh wait. Yeah, this is outside the ship, isn't it? We have to go back outside. Hey, thank you so much. Goodness gracious, we have another raid. Hey, 90s Craig, how are you doing? Welcome in. Let me give a shout out here to 90s Craig. Thank you so much. This is a big ol' raid again. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. I was just saying a few minutes ago, I'm Jess, Decaf Jedi. I am celebrating December here with a little bit of Space Quest 6. I normally stream these sorts of retro adventure games year-round, and I'm glad to have you here. Thank you so much, 90s Craig, for being here. Actually, I saw that you were participating in December 2, and I looked at all the listings before I started. Remind me, Craig, what were you playing? You were playing a Sierra game too, right? I can't remember which one, though. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for dropping in. Glad to have you here. This is good times. Hey, your old dad. Hey, there's Chunky Code Monkey. Good to see you. As always, Arlem. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome in. Everybody be sure to go check out 90s Craig's channel. Here celebrating December along with us. What a great time for December. If you don't know about December, go to december.com. You can see all the participating streamers who are using this month to go back to the 1980s and 90s and really enjoy some of these classic games. But welcome in, Raiders. Hope you're all doing well. Glad to have you here. Day of the Tentacle, that's right. Okay, I thought it was Sierra. It was LucasArts. I remember seeing it and thinking, whatever it was, I was like, I'll probably raid 90s Craig at the end of my stream tonight, because I remember looking at me like, that's a great game. I just forgot which great game it was, because when I'm streaming, my brain kind of just erases all other information. So that's awesome, though. Day of the Tentacle is fantastic. You beat me to it, that's right. Yeah, I'd scoped out the December listings before I got started, and I was like, ooh. Were you playing the straight-up DOS original, or were you going with the more recent remake?
Replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
Day of the Tentacle, man, it's a strong case for anyone's favorite adventure game, right? It is. It's just a stone-cold classic.
Good work, sir. I believe I can now follow the ion trail of DeepShip 86
First
back
time
to Delta
playing it.
Berxalon
Oh,
5.
I'm jealous. Okay.
That's delightful.
Then, the Galactica.
What do I do here? Trying to remember. It's been such a long time. Navigation computer offline. System integrity failure. I've had some integrity failures too. Let's see here. Goodness gracious. So, we've done that. We've done that. Oh, we're just hitting initiation. It's funny, Raiders, y'all may, you haven't heard this story. I've already told it to everyone else in the stream tonight, but I wrote one of the first walkthroughs for Space Quest 6 that ever went up on the web in 1995 when I was running my Space Quest fan site. So I'm occasionally peeking back at my own walkthrough that I wrote 29 years ago to get hints when I forget what to do next. So I'm returning to see what 18-year-old me told me to do in the distant past. Which button will make the ship go now? There are too many buttons, right? I mean, the interface there is needlessly complex. There's a Easter egg somehow in the interface to the shuttle, right? Like, can't you trigger some sort of like maybe a developer team photo or something like that? I don't remember the details. It's been so long. I'm so old. So old. It's been so long. All right. Yeah, the game's Rebel credits. That's right. Hey, here we are.
You mistake the dual layers of polycarbonate sheathing for some sort of lickable wallpaper, and you give the wall a lick.
Hey, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snozberries do taste like snozberries.
It feels...
Back in our favorite Ascendo pad. I mean, it's a very good Ascendo pad, though. You can't argue with the Ascendo pad. Should probably save. It's been a little while. Don't have to do all that stuff again. I like the music.
Wow, a mad scientist working on a planet called Delta Berxalon. You wonder what he's doing here? Designing women, perhaps? Sorry?
They weren't content just to have that joke sit there. Eventually, you just need the lampshade. Delta Berxalon.
Hey, they've got their own multiband UV wave bath straight out of the Ed Mundane catalog.
I don't understand that.
This lab table has a pleasingly round shape and a conveniently flat surface. This depiction of a region holder is based on science fact and current NASA research. Science so hard, you could bounce an asteroid off of it.
Sure.
You think it's an Erlenmeyer flask. As usual, though, you're sadly mistaken. An Erlenmeyer flask is conical. This flask is spherical. Shows what you know.
Taking the time to write all these descriptions for innocuous background items. I love it.
The lab table is The lab table is illuminated by a full-spectrum trithisonium bulb that simulates the naturally occurring light of a trinary star system.
Gosh, he just nails all these line reads.
A couple of Bunsen burners sit on the counter.
Hey, Dr. Bellows. I suspect you're evil,
Hello,
but I've come to
Doctor.
visit you.
Janitor Wilco? What in blazes are you doing here?
Well, Doc, I got a distress call.
So why are
Well,
you here?
Doc.
Because I know it originated here. In fact, it was from Stellar Santiago.
What?
You're out of your mind, Wilco. Now go away and leave me alone. I've got important work to do. Goodbye.
I know something's up here, Doc, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You'll be sorry, pal.
You will be sorry.
Yes, whatever you say,
Yes.
Wilco. Just get out of my face.
Sure, why not? Absolutely. Tobacco boss having Dr. Bellows, yeah. Glad to have all you raiders here. If you enjoy these sorts of old games, feel free to drop a follow. We'd love to have you.
It appears to be an old 1586 circuit board. Oh, that's right. You're not supposed to be a techie. We hope we didn't confuse you.
Sure.
It's just an old beat-up chip. You've heard of black boxes, haven't you? Well, this one's red.
Oh, I'm sorry. That line shouldn't be so funny to me, but it is.
You've heard of black boxes, haven't you? Well, this one's red.
High tech.
It's just tech.
Wait.
It's just techie stuff. There is a Callahan Mahdi here. Seems you remember talking about those things to someone recently.
Callahan Mahdi.
It appears to be a Callahan Mahdi. You take possession of the Callahan Mahdi. It's the Callahan Mahdi. The door is a microbe-safe biofilter with quasi-redundant filter seals. You'll never get it open by hand.
Wow. Well, this must have been a tough recording session for Gary Owens. A lot of these lines are real beasts. All the techno jargon and stuff. He makes it look easy, though. Again, I have to think there was so much proper directing on this one that maybe the cast didn't get in Space Quest 4. Because they really nailed it. Oh, look at this scene. Look at that 3D. That'd look good in a game today.
Sir, I believe I may be able to tap myself into the PTS and perform a limited set of functions.
Okay, Manuel.
PTS?
Yes, sir. PTS, the Photo Triangulation System. It was installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigational computer system. It's what you see before you mount it in the middle view screen.
Okay. So let's see.
I am here to serve.
So I've turned on the PTS. Perfect.
This is the photo taken with... You peel apart the photo and negative from your first PTS image. It's the first...
And we feed it back in.
Excellent. Excellent. Boy, wouldn't it...
Ooh, I don't remember how this works. Let's see. We got a second photograph. Wow. This is needlessly complicated. All right. Hey, thank you, 42. I appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody.
You peel apart the photo and negative from the second PTS image.
Okay.
That's delightful.
I'll actually scan this now. Nope. So I put it on there. Oop. Place the... Okay, this is... so the first positive and the second negative. Gosh.
You might want to fire up...
Oh. Yeah, I don't quite understand. Like, was this hinted and I missed it? Like, the order that I put these on?
The PTS is online and working.
Hey, Tawi, welcome in. It's great to see you. Let me give a shout out here to our dear friend. It's great to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Everyone be sure to go follow Tawi. You won't regret it. One of my all-time favorite streamers. Always playing interesting games, lots of adventure games. Just a lovely person all around. And yeah, be sure to get over there and drop a follow. It's great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Triangulation famously done with two things. Okay, let's see here. So now maybe we can navigate. We've done it. Let's go to, I believe, Polysorbate 60. going to Polysorbate 60. I guess what we have a sense that maybe we need moddies. I don't know. Why are we going to? I guess it's just the option that isn't where we already are, which isn't a great reason to go anywhere in a video game. You can try a little harder than that. Am I at Polysorbate 60? We need something. We have no other locations. Yeah, exactly. Well, we cleaned up the
EVA suits weren't designed just as a fashion statement, Roger.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, I can try again, right? Yeah. Ooh. This is a close one. Probably a good reminder to save. All right, let's get save going here. Polysorb. So let's see. So I I set my course for Polysorbate. And then we get to beam down. Okay, there we go. I forgot.
Your whimper is my command, sir.
Man, get a load of Manny.
Manual tosses you a transport signaler.
You can only use this from the place I beam you to.
Oh, it's Manuel. Everyone's sassy in this game. It's a sassy game. This game's got all the sass. Gumby versus Mr. Bill. I like it. That's a good gag. That's right. We need the Cyberjack headset, even though that feels like a lifetime ago that Stellar told us that. And yeah, maybe I think we saw one in the implants and stuff when we were here earlier, right? Like, maybe not. Maybe I imagined that part.
Wow, an Apple II Plus running biorhythms. I thought IBM had rounded all those up and landfilled them decades ago, back when Apple started the push to open home computing to the public, making it fun and accessible.
What a weirdly, like, you'd expect that to be like fictionalized, science fictionized. Like, we wouldn't use Apple and IBM, but they're just like, nah, we're doing Apple and IBM. That's how it goes.
Hello there, Mr. Blatz. I think I have something you might be interested in.
Think so, hey?
Think so.
Oh, I really think you'll find it interesting.
Ooh! Why, I'd love to take that off your hands. Of course, you realize that it's illegal to sell those, but I could trade you for something. Look around and see what interests you.
Yeah, Ben, this was never his
really
voice
use a
for me
cyberspace
either.
Jack.
Tell you what, I'll trade you for one of those fine specimens in the case. What do you say?
No, I want the Jack, or it's no deal.
Well, you don't know Jack.
Oh, now take it easy, Sonny.
It's been so long since I played this one, too. Like 1995 long.
I'm glad you see it my way. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Fester. I gotta fly.
Yeah, Fester's voice isn't quite how... I mean, I guess it's not that far off from, like, the alien scum line that gets voiced in Space Quest 3. I don't know. I didn't imagine Elmo quite like Elmo sounded either. But maybe it's just because I have very strong opinions about Space Quest 3. Maybe I have an unhealthy love of Space Quest 3 that clouds my judgment in these matters. Johnny Pneumatic. That's kind of fun. I believe there's a Batman versus Superman movie title at one point that, of course, foretells the later Dawn of Justice movie.
Then the Galactican said, if I did have hover capabilities, I wouldn't need the cleft snorter. Ah.
I guess we'll go to the one place the game will let us go. That's agency, baby. You know, Sid Meier once said a game is nothing but a series of interesting choices. For instance, this time we had one choice, and we took it. Wasn't that interesting? All right. Back to Delta Brook Salon. Let's head back down to Lab A. Back to Dr. Bellows' office. Let's see what's on the slab A. That's right. I love how we're just like cruising around the room here. Dr. Bellows is here, oblivious, I guess, to our presence. He's evil and plotting against us, but not so much so he's going to inconvenience us. I don't know. Looks like the Outpost bots aren't. Ooh, good point. This game isn't afraid to poke a little fun at Outposts, so that would check out. It is an I Dream of Jeannie reference, 100%. Dr. Bellows is definitely an I Dream of Jeannie reference.
That's an
cyber functions. All right, let's get ready to jack on. We've done it. That's what it was like the first time I got on the internet. I love that we get no narration upon arriving in the information superhighway. It's like, well, you're here now.
Talk about a brave new world. You'd better be up for it if you plan to explore this cyber terrain. This cyber terrain is just a little
cyber terrain.
It's just more evidence to confirm the old adage that if there's time enough to do it, there's time enough to do it half-assed. Cool. Cyber cacti.
Cool. Hey, now this is fun. For those of you who are maybe joining for the first time, I host a podcast with my pal Ben. That's P.S. Garrick in the chat. Quest, the adventure game podcast. Every week we talk classic adventure games for about an hour or so and have some fun with it. Our most recent episode that just came out today is all about Star Trek 25th Anniversary, the fun point and click that features the voice cast of the original Star Trek series. Check it out. We'd appreciate it. You can follow the link there that just popped up in chat, and it's also available on my YouTube channel, Decaf Jedi. Yeah, go give it a listen. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Talk about a brave new world.
Demon World. Add a bunch of like random typewriter and ship sounds behind that. Demon World. All right. You know what? I'm getting loopy. Now that I'm thinking about Demon World, I'm just, it's all I can think about. Let's get a save here. And I think this will be a good stopping point for us because I believe when we come back to this, we should be able to wrap it up and put Space Quest 6 to bed in one more session. But I wanted to thank everybody for hanging out. Thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for the chat. Thanks for being good company and helping me through some of the tougher puzzles. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. This has been a joy to stream, and I've had a lot of fun getting to stream with some new folks around too. So thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody enjoyed this as much as I did. We will get a raid going. Let me see here. We should raid in on someone else who's doing a little bit of December action. Let me see. Oh gosh, we've got all kinds of good options. You know where I think, ooh, gosh, we've got too many good options. Why don't we keep the space questing going? And let's raid in on Atomic Dragons of Mars. Atomic Dragons of Mars appears to be playing Space Quest 1. So we'll just loop it all back to the beginning. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. It was lovely to spend time with all y'all, too. We'll drop in on Atomic Dragons of Mars. Be sure to let them know that Decaf Jedi sent you. And I'll be back next week on Retro Adventure Wednesday. We'll wrap up Space Quest 6. In the meantime, keep an eye out. I'll probably be streaming some other fun DOS stuff along the way. We're also still playing Jane Jensen's Gray Matter. Going to be wrapping that up over the next week or so. So happy you could be here. Hope everybody has a great evening, and I will see you on the other side of the raid. Take care.